Today, we're looking at a large-scale B-grade horror film, Jan Wang. I forced myself to explain it over 2.5 days, because just censoring it took me 2 full days. As for this movie, I only want to say 5 words: pornographic and perverted. No more nonsense, let's begin. The female lead, Leah, was once a famous model. Later, she quit her career and married a wealthy man. However, 1 year later, the tycoon died unexpectedly. As a result, Leah naturally inherited a large fortune and began running a model film company. One day, several people were filming by the swimming pool. Unexpectedly, a disabled male fan across the way was secretly watching her through binoculars. Even that didn't satisfy him. He went so far as to make obscene phone calls. Faced with this boring provocation, Leah politely responded with a family greeting. After filming, several important members of the company sat down together for dinner and conversation. Sitting to Leah's right was her younger brother, Tony, who was also the company's main partner. On her left was the photographer, Robert. The other two were a secretary and a model. After eating and drinking, everyone hurriedly left Leah's house, leaving only the model behind to chat with her. They talked until late at night before the model finally left. However, just as the model walked out of the house, her face strangely turned into an eye. Suddenly, someone raised a large pitchfork and stabbed her to death in the swimming pool. Leah, inside the house, was completely unaware of what had happened. At that moment, the phone rang. "Your blonde model has just been murdered. Her body's floating in your swimming pool. Do you hear me?" "You're not very funny, Mark. I'd much rather hear your vulgarity than this stupid excuse to phone me. Don't mind if you turn the pool lights on. I might have been able to see the murderer's face. It might have been a woman. She had long blonde hair. Are you listening?" "Yes? Do you want me to call the police?" "You're not putting me on, Mark." "Oh, no way. Well, shall I call the police or will you?" Clearly, Leah believed the boy's words. She hurried to wake the housekeeper, but the housekeeper said the boy was mentally unstable and told her not to take his words seriously, then shut the door and went back to sleep. Still uneasy, Leah braced herself and went outside to check. She circled the pool several times but found not a trace of the model, nor any evidence. Thinking she'd been pranked, Leah once again offered the boy a family greeting. In fact, the model had already been dragged into a room. The killer then grotesquely posed her corpse in front of Leah's poster and pressed the shutter. The next day, when Leah returned home and tried to talk to the housekeeper handed her a photograph. The police soon arrived, but the only thing they found was a brand new pitchfork, no useful clues at all. After questioning the boy, they only learned that the killer had blonde hair, which plunged the case into a dead end. That afternoon, the model's body was discovered in a trash bin. The incident instantly caused a national sensation. Magazines featuring the dead model on the cover sold very well. Seeing this, the housekeeper immediately called the printing factory to increase orders. Leah was disgusted by this and stated that it was wrong to profit from the misfortune of the dead. Soon, the killer targeted another model from the company. As the woman was about to take a shower, someone appeared in the room and drew the curtains. Her head suddenly turned into a bee, yet she remained completely unaware. The killer calmly brought over a box and carefully opened it. Poisonous bees instantly filled the room. The woman was soon stung to near death. Still not satisfied, the perverted killer poured a large bottle of honey over her head. After the woman died, the killer once again posed her body in front of Leah's poster and took photos. The next day, Leah received another photograph as expected, and the woman's body was found the following day. After these 2 murders, Leah clearly felt she was in danger. The police assured her they would fully protect her and told her not to worry. Back home, Leah remained restless. She immediately thought of her photographer, Robert, because only he had the negatives of Leah's posters. But Robert said the negatives had been stolen the month prior. That night, Leah suddenly woke from her sleep. The creepy boy next door broke in. "Don't turn the light on. I have one. I do want to admire you, Gloria." "No, no!" Seeing the fluorescent tube in his hand, Leah broke out in a cold sweat, only to realize it was just a nightmare. Too shaken to sleep, she got up early the next morning and went to visit her dead husband with flowers. When she lowered her head, she saw her own beautiful photo pasted on the tombstone. Her legs went weak with fear, and she turned and ran out of the cemetery. Suddenly, she bumped into Tony. Confused as to why he was there, Tony explained he'd come looking for her because they had planned to go shopping with his girlfriend. Unnoticed by them both, the disabled boy was also nearby visiting his deceased girlfriend. Soon, the three of them were wandering around an empty shopping mall. Before long, Tony and his girlfriend disappeared. After searching, Leah found Tony's corpse. Before she could calm down, a death threat aimed at Leah began playing over the mall's loudspeakers. "Now it's your turn, Gloria." Terrified, Leah grabbed a fire axe for self-defense and rushed toward the elevator. When she reached the first floor, she saw Tony's girlfriend's corpse. To survive, Leah ran desperately towards the mall entrance and narrowly escaped. When the police arrived, both bodies had vanished. Clearly, the killer had posed them for photographs and even scratched out Leah's poster. Soon, the housekeeper received the photos in the mailbox and also discovered a woman's corpse in her car. Since Tony's body couldn't be found, the police searched Robert's home. Sure enough, they found a huge poster of Leah on the wall. Robert was immediately listed as the prime suspect, and the police rushed to notify Leah. After hanging up, Leah saw Robert outside her door. He frantically knocked, begging her to let him explain. Leah fled immediately, but Robert caught up, repeatedly asking her to listen. As they crossed the street, Robert was struck by a speeding car and killed. The police arrived at the scene shortly after. Leah couldn't understand Robert's motive for murder, but the police said all evidence pointed to him. Additionally, because Robert was homosexual, they speculated he might have harbored hatred towards women, leading him to commit the crimes. The serial murder case was hastily closed. Leah returned to a normal life. But one day, after coming home, she noticed Tony's body was no longer in the pool. Shocked, she turned back, only to discover that Tony was alive. "No, Tony, no! It's me! Tony, you killed those poor girls. What made you do that? You ought to thank me. That bitch Kim was trying to take your place as a model. And Sabrina, you were sharing a bed. I didn't want that. And the little salesgirl Susan was trying to trap me. Even Roberta wanted to betray me. No, Tony, no. I'm dead, Gloria. Everyone thinks I'm dead." Facing such a perverted Tony, Leah could only run for her life. Tony refused to let her go. "And now, Gloria, I want you for the last time, just for me." As Leah struggled desperately, Tony pulled out a knife. Just as she was about to be killed, a gunshot rang out. The creepy boy next door had fired the shot. Leah was taken to the hospital. The police told her Tony hadn't died, but was permanently paralyzed from the waist down. In the end, the boy brought her flowers, and the two lived happily ever after. The obsession depicted here isn't ordinary fantasy. It's a form of paranoid psychosis. Without obsession, there would be no hallucinated killer, no murders, no horror or thematic expression throughout the film. And that's the end of the movie.